All right, everybody, we're back with another fashionable podcast, Undressed, with me, Pol, and my husband, Patrik.
Hey, everyone. And we got Snow White 90210. Baby, forgot her.
I forgot little baby.
Oh, my God. Before we introduce our guest today, I just want to remind everybody to rate, review, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll get notified every week for an episode.
Share and wake up your dead grandmother. We've talked about this. Let's go. We need more subscribers.
Yes, tell your brother, your mother, wake that bitch up and make her subscribe as well. Now I get to introduce our guest today. We love her. She's adorable. Like, we've known you for a long time now.
Been a minute now.
Everybody knows her because she's in our TVs every night on Entertainment Tonight.
Yay.
Nischelle Turner's in the
I'm here. I'm like blurry-eyed and jet-lagged, but I'm here.
Yeah, but you were with Tom Cruise.
I was.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
I
That's
was.
coming
You
up.
were with Tom
Yes,
Cruise. It's
I
okay
was.
to be blurry-eyed and jet-lagged. But wait a minute. You had to fly commercial?
I mean,
I
are
feel for
we
you,
shading
girl.
me already? Like,
No,
ooh.
not you, but what the hell?
I mean, it's
Who
not-
does that anymore?
Well, me.
You know what? We miss the days of the Anna Nicole days when we had the ET jet.
Oh,
and they
talk
used to
about it.
Take us everywhere.
Talk about it. That
Don't
left.
rub it in.
No, that left with Mary Hart, honey. No more.
Really?
I know those days are long, long gone, but that's okay. Listen, I'm not one to complain because I'm not like sitting in cargo. We don't schlep.
Oh, she's
We're
not
doing
like
a-
me and you.
We're doing all right. We're doing all right. So I'm good.
She's in one of those first-class
The
flights.
pods.
The pods.
The lay
The
one.
pods.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
You made history
That's really nice to hear. Yeah.
being the first black host of Entertainment
Black
Tonight.
woman,
Black
because
woman.
Kevin has been.
Kevin's
Kevin was
been
first.
there.
Kevin has
First
been there.
black woman
Yes,
host of Entertainment
absolutely.
Tonight.
In the
Because
42
Kevin's
years.
been there forever.
Yeah, he's been there for, going on 20 years.
Yeah, he was a newbie.
Yeah, he was. He came from ESPN, but yeah, in the 42-year history, I'm the first, and I won't be the last, but I am the first, and it's been really a really amazing run. I mean, I had some trepidation at first, like, is America ready for this? And is how are people going to perceive
Yeah,
me?
of
But
course.
like, thankfully, my expectations were much lower than what was reality. And I mean, people have been so lovely and so wonderful, and I've gotten so much, great feedback and so much support from just everyone in the business.
But you're an amazing person to begin
thank
with as
you.
a human.
That's so
and all the
nice.
stuff that you do to begin with without having to be that as one of
Yeah.
the notches on your belt.
Well, I'm a country girl.
But you paved.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like
it's
you've
true,
really
but
given a voice.
but I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Of
I mean, I
course.
stand on the shoulders of those, Oprah Winfrey's and Robin Roberts and Carole Simpsons and Gayle Kings and you know what I'm saying, and like Tamron Halls and
Oh, we
I
love
Tamron.
you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
stand on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah.
So I don't even really look at it as I'm paving the way because the yellow brick road has been laid from those women who are just the most amazing trailblazers. And I'm just like lucky to be
Skipping all along?
Yes.
When you were a teenager in your bedroom, did you
Yeah.
think that one day you would be a
Like
major
this-
host?
Well,
in
I mean,
entertainment?
no, because I never had dreams of doing entertainment ever.
Oh, that's a good
Really?
one.
Ever. No, I am, I'm a journalist. I come from hard news, and I was a news anchor for 12 years before I ever.
On CNN, right?
Well, I was at CNN, but I did local news. Like, I started in local
Yeah,
news.
okay.
I worked in Indiana, and then New Orleans, and then
I love
here,
New
and I
Orleans,
did local
right?
news. I did a show, Good Day LA, here in Los Angeles
Oh, yeah,
for,
I know that.
for a number of years when, in the heyday, when Jillian Barbary and Dorothy Lucy and Steve Edwards were there. I came during those days and did that show with those guys. And so I was always news. I thought I was going to be Christiane Amanpour. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be a foreign correspondent, like in war-torn countries.
Yeah.
But I decided when I got into the business, my mother's a big baseball fan. And so in baseball, there's a saying called the 5-tool player.
Okay.
5-tool?
Yeah,
What does
5-tool
what does
player.
that mean? 'Cause
So
I'm
that's the player that
gay
can
boy who doesn't understand baseball.
look at like this. It's the player who can do everything. Okay.
Oh.
It's like the bisexual of baseball. Like I go every way and do
Okay.
everything. So
Oh, so
but
you can hit, you
yeah,
can
you run,
bat,
throw,
you can,
bat, pitch, everything.
oh,
and
pitch
so
and throw and yeah.
But you do it well.
Yes, and that's
It's like
what
an EGOT.
Right. That
Yes.
exactly. That's what the 5-tool player is. So
Okay.
I decided that's how I wanted to pattern my career.
Wow.
So I didn't like if an opportunity came my way, I didn't want to just say, "Oh no, I'm not going to do it." I would always try to keep my options open.
Right.
So when the option came around to do entertainment, the old me would have been like, but I was like, I'm going to keep this avenue open and let's try it. And
Right.
it just so happened, I was at CNN at the time, and I went to CNN because I said I always want to work at what I consider the gold standard of news.
Sure.
So when Entertainment Tonight came around, I said, well, I've always considered them the gold standard of entertainment, so why not try that?
Yeah,
So I
It's
did.
just a different aspect of what you already do.
Yeah, and it was the best thing I could have ever done. But I treat entertainment like I treated when I was a cops and courts reporter or politics, like it's a beat.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I treat it like that. It's who, what, when, where, why. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about Bashar al-Assad or Kim Kardashian. I still have to be who, what, when, where, why, how, put it together and put it on TV. So
Right.
that's kind of how
You're
I
not
look at it.
starstruck though when
Yeah,
you're
who is
seeing
like
some
the-
of these
Well,
people?
no, I do get. So, I mean, I grew up on a pig farm.
Who are you
Yes,
starstruck-
yes.
Who are you starstruck by on ET that you got to?
Oh my gosh. Well, there's been many.
Okay.
I mean, first and foremost, Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
The
God,
first time I
yeah.
sat down with her. And so the fact that like this lady knows my name when I walk in a room now and like
Amazing.
is ridiculous. And when I
Yeah.
became host of ET, she sent me this like I can't even call it a bouquet of flowers. It was the biggest
rose
thing
garden.
I had ever. Literally,
It's a garden.
I think she called up the flower shop and said, "Give me every single
Flower you
flower
got."
in the place." It was the biggest thing I'd ever seen in my life and the most beautiful thing. And the fact that she took the time to do that and write me a note, and it was so lovely to
Yeah.
say, this is your time. Take this time. And,
What a beautiful
enjoy,
thing.
like this is sit in that seat. This is your seat,
Right.
and
Like,
it was
own it. You deserve
well,
it.
she
You
did.
worked
She
hard
said,
to get
"Smell the
here."
flowers, literally and figuratively. Like, this is it. This is your time." And about a year and a half before that, I was interviewing her, and afterwards, she pulled me aside and she said to me, "I see you.
Oh.
I see you shining. I see you." And I was
That's
like,
amazing.
"Oh, well, thank you, Ms. May, thank you." And she's like,
Yeah.
No, I see you." And so it was almost like she saw it before I could ever see
Well,
it.
coming from her, and
Yeah.
her recognizing your gift and your
Well, she's
talent,
everything.
Yeah, of
then-
course.
She's everything.
And she knows,
Yeah.
because she's been doing this forever, and exceptionally well,
Yep.
then she could recognize the talent that you probably possessed, which is like the same thing when it goes to me. I make beautiful gowns.
Right.
But when I'm out, when I tell people or describe it, I go in such a short little narrative
Yeah.
that when they see it in person, they're like, "This is what you were trying to tell us?"
They don't understand until they see the
Until they
dresses.
see
Because
it.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's true.
It just encompasses you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it takes somebody else to sometimes be able to get you to not believe because you believe in
Right.
yourself, but to see what it is that you're capable of.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. And but I got so much, well wishes
Love.
Yeah.
from people that, I'd interviewed so many times and never even knew that like Jennifer Lopez sent me these gorgeous flowers. And I'm like, huh?
She's gorgeous though.
I mean,
Oh my
she's
God.
everything. But but those things, like I didn't
Yeah.
know that she, like.
And it's nice that these people recognize you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and recognize
Because
what
when
the
you're
moment.
thinking, you're like, oh my God, it's J-Lo. You know what I mean?
But
And
but I did know when they named me host, I did know that it was bigger than me. It was a moment in history, and it was a chance to step back and say, okay, there's one more glass ceiling that's been broken here,
Absolutely.
and now
Right.
where are we going to go from here?
What a beautiful
So
thing,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
But you know what I have to say? From the first time we met you many years ago to today, you're the same. This has not changed you. You're
I
down
have
to
no
earth.
other
You're so
choice.
lovely. You're friendly to everybody. Like
Oh,
you
well,
just are.
Like I said, I have no other choice. I'm a country girl. I was raised on a farm.
farm?
My people are like. If I ever tried to act like my don't stink,
Right.
my family would be like, "Are you out of your? Who are you?
Excuse
Who do you
me.
think
have
you are?"
Have you
Exactly.
interviewed anybody like that?
Yes.
Okay, tell us who.
Yes. Well, listen, I've said this 15 million times, and I don't mind saying it because
Okay.
I just think that he is just not a nice person, and it's Tommy Lee Jones. He just.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, it's
Is
just-
that the singer?
No. He's an actor, and he's older. I don't know if it
I've heard that though many times.
yeah, he's just not the kindest. And so, in the world of take it or leave it, I can leave it.
I just don't get it. Why
I don't
people have
either.
to be that way.
I don't either. I mean,
really
you're
bizarre.
living a blessed life and a charmed life, and
Yeah.
you're not out here digging ditches.
Right.
You know, you're out here really like you're making television magic and movie magic, and the pageantry of this is so beautiful and amazing. Like the fact that you could ever just be mean
Right.
when you're connected to it, I don't get.
And there's no reason to be mean.
No.
Because
No.
there's it doesn't even warrant.
Right, and if you make a movie and you don't want to do press for it, don't do press. Stay at home.
Yeah, but I don't get that. Like, you're going to be interviewing them. They should be happy
but
that they're
Just
being
stay
interviewed.
at home.
But that's
it's
the
fine.
whole
Don't
idea.
ruin my day.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Keep your grumpy ass at home.
I love it.
It's also been people that I've seen from afar, and then when I met them,
Yes.
they were as advertised and better.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? And
I
like
agree.
that.
And
like,
I can't do enough for them.
yeah, like Kaley Cuoco to me
Oh,
is
we were just with her the other day.
Yeah.
she is so lovely.
Genuine.
She's sweet.
And just really like what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she is who she is.
Yeah.
And she's just always the same.
Right.
And she's great.
If she supports you, she's there for
Absolutely.
you. She's your friend.
Absolutely.
She's your ride or die. If she's there to help you, she's gonna do
If
what
I
it
text
takes.
her, she texts right back. She's
Yeah.
like she just that's who she is, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because they're, you know, I mean, listen, she was one of those people like. You know, she was on a show where they were all making over $1 million an episode, like
Yeah.
banking and doing huge things, and so she could be a little meh, but she's just not.
I think
Yeah.
she just flew private to go buy a horse.
Yeah.
She probably did.
You know what I mean?
That was a couple years
But
ago
she
she did,
But she
actually.
can do that.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
But it's not. But it's. She's not.
But at the
doing
same
it
time, then
for-
the next morning she'll come and be in yoga class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, cause that's where we met outside of work was in yoga class, and I was like, oh hey.
Yeah.
And so and
We just finished watching Based on a True Story, actually.
Yeah.
It's just so funny in that.
I'm just so happy for her, you know, being a mama now, and she's
Yeah.
like taken so many swings at bat at love, and she's always kept her heart open, and it's
Yep.
just all happening for her, and it's so great.
And
So
it can't be
great.
easy
No.
to be in a relationship
No.
and date these people in the line. You know, they're in the spotlight.
Oh, it
and-
sucks. Boys suck. Yeah, like it sucks.
Are you dating anyone now?
I am, yeah, but they suck.
Can we talk about it?
Come on, they don't suck.
Wait, go ahead,
20
Nischelle.
years.
They suck.
20 years with this sucky guy.
Boys suck, but I still love them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love them, but they suck.
You and I, we can't be without him.
You know?
I feel you.
It's true. It's
I
true.
feel you. I couldn't go a day without him or an hour.
Exactly.
I feel,
True.
but then we fight half the time. But then the makeup is so much
Yeah.
sweeter because
Yeah.
the respect is there,
Yeah.
and then he gets it. He listens.
Yeah.
Well, at least I think he's listening.
I
He's not a
listen.
fan.
I listen.
He may be texting. He was probably texting somebody. But do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I know exactly.
I
what
love
you mean.
relationships, though.
I am a relationship girl.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like I do
am a
so much better in a
relationship
relationship, and for some people, it's probably not the right thing.
No.
And it's not the person.
But I'm also a different type of relationship girl than I was 10, 15 years ago. I'm now in a different space to where, yes, I want a life companion, but it doesn't necessarily have to be marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So
we're not married.
things look different.
Yeah.
You know, they look different. And that comes
Yeah.
from age and experience and, being in different financial situations.
What's
and
the one thing you look for in a relationship, though? Like the key element that without that, you might as well just keep
Like it's a
walking.
deal breaker.
Oh, make me laugh. If
Oh.
you're not funny, then you
Then
gotta
forget
go.
it.
Yeah, make me laugh. But like for as far as like what I need to be whole and okay in a
Yes.
relationship.
Yeah.
Number one, it's show up for me like I show up for you.
Yes.
That's it.
So
And-
important.
Yeah, and I always say, my fella and I, we call it our contract, but it's that. It's make me feel safe.
Yes.
Yep.
Show up for me like I show up for you, and keep it a buck with me. Keep it 100. So that means like don't let anybody come tell me something about my man that I don't know.
Yeah.
Always keep it.
Is he
keep
in the
it cute.
business or no?
No, he's not. Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, who's not in the business? We're in LA. Hello.
right.
There's
right.
people all
The
over
waiters
the
at
street.
VLR are in the
They're all in
Pretty
the
much.
business. We're in Beverly Hills.
Pretty
all
much.
in the business.
I have a podcast as well, and they were making fun of me because we were talking about one day on the podcast that I went out it was a few years ago, but I went out with a guy who's a waiter, and it wasn't here in LA. He was in my hometown, and they were like, "Oh, what are you going out with?" I'm like, "Why not? Like, what's wrong with?" They're like, "You're like desperate going out with a waiter." Like, you guys are assholes. I do not look desperate going out with a waiter. Like, he was a nice guy. Big deal.
You vibe.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
He was
He's
nice.
another human. And today he's a waiter who knows what to
me because he took me to Hooters.
Oh my
on our
God.
date. But I'm from a small town. There's not too.
Was that the 5-star restaurant?
Well, no, the 5-star restaurant was. He was a waiter there, and that's where we met. I was having dinner there with my family, and he was our waiter.
So he wanted a night off.
Yeah, you didn't want to take me to the restaurant. We went to Hooters. Big deal.
funny.
I had crab legs. Okay.
And you had fun, so who cares, right?
Yeah, he's still a nice guy.
I don't think I've ever been to Hooters.
Oh,
I
honey,
think Hooters is
listen.
downstairs when they go in the dressing room. Everyone
Yeah.
comes out naked.
But go get the crab legs, get
Crab
curly
legs.
fries.
Yum.
You're good.
Do we
Okay.
have Hooters in LA?
Burbank,
That's a
I
good
think.
question.
Burbank, I think.
No.
Yes, there is a Hooters in Burbank.
I think there is.
Wait a minute.
There is a Hooters in
How
Burbank.
does my husband know where there's a Hooters?
I mean, honey, don't
And I
sleep on
haven't
Patrik.
And I haven't been there.
Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
Anna Nicole was going to tell, we were going to go to the Hooters with Anna Nicole in Burbank.
And it's still there?
It's still there.
There is a Hooters in Burbank. There is. And I'm trying to think, is there another one somewhere else? Is there one in Pasadena? I can't remember, but there is one in Burbank.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Wow.
Just turned me on to something. That's going to be dinner tonight.
Yeah, it's
We're going to
it's a
Hooters.
Midwestern thing. Good wings, really good wings, you know.
Oh, you like chicken wings?
I
See?
love chicken wings.
There you
I'll
go. Go to
debone
Hooters.
it for you. So
Yeah,
that
you can
can
see a
eat
little
it.
butt cheek and boobs. You're good.
You don't think I see enough here at the boutique?
Oh,
Jesus Christ,
exactly.
everybody comes here and gets
Exactly.
half-ass naked.
Right.
They all get naked in here.
They all get naked
I'm
in here.
sure. I'm sure.
Listen,
This
you've
is the
seen
safe
Betty
place.
White, Betty White naked.
I've seen everything.
Listen,
all of it.
this is
Vintage
safe.
to new.
I wish I'd seen Betty White naked. She's another who was as advertised.
Did
and
you ever get
just
to interview Betty White?
Absolutely, and just
I
as
love
lovely as love could be. Yes.
So you know the thing with me and Betty White and Paul is, you know, he did her blue dress with the slit all the way up to here.
Yeah.
And we would talk to her all the time up until like before COVID. And then
Yeah.
COVID, you know, everything
Every
kinda changed.
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
At 12 o'clock, we had a standing.
or phone call with her.
Oh, she's just a gem.
And she would pick up the phone and go,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to call, boys. And it's nice to know that there's such beautiful humans that we've come across that have helped us on our journey,
Yeah.
that have supported and cared about us as much as I know that you feel
Yeah.
the love.
Yeah.
And people like this are so special and so rare. And you know, a lot of people, when they look at us and they think, oh, they're so arrogant, they're so above it. And I'm like,
We're so nice.
there are some people. We were talking about one earlier. We were talking about Niecy Nash, and
Yeah.
I called her up. I host and produce a renovation show on CBS
Yep.
as well. And I called her up and I said, "Hey, Niecy, we're shooting season 3, and I've been thinking about you and wanting to, pitch this to you." And she's like, "Because you called and asked." Yes,
Yes.
like, you know what I'm saying. And so it feels good when people say, "I just want to support you
Yes.
and make sure
Yeah.
that you're doing
well,
you know,
or
well,
whatever
and
do
that
you
your
need?
show
How
is
could
doing well?
Right.
How do I help you succeed? Like, those are really great things.
Okay, so if I called you,
Yes.
can I get on?
Can
I
we're
pitch
already booked
myself?
for season 3.
Oh, Jesus, season 4, fine.
Well,
Put
call
me on a
CBS
list
and tell them
somewhere.
to renew me for
Who do I
season
need to
4.
Who do I need to
Season
talk
2
to?
comes out, right? This
Season
month?
2 is already out.
Oh, it is out. Okay.
Yeah, season 2 is already out. It was last summer.
Okay.
And so
Oh, so season 3 is coming out. this
yeah,
year.
so
Yes.
season 3,
Okay.
our premiere date is July 28th.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and we've got a really great group of people.
Do you love
this
doing
season.
it?
I do. I mean, it's kind of, it spilled over from my everyday life. I mean, I've built 2 homes in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's just kind of what I do and what I love anyway. And so to be able to blend like my work life and my home life
Together.
into television is really great. And it's, it's athletes and celebrities who go back to their hometown
Yeah.
and do something good for someone who's made a difference in their life. So
What a
I
great
love
thing.
that.
yeah, so it's been really, really great, and we've had like some amazing people on.
Well, do you have anybody going back to New Orleans? We have a house there.
Well,
we could totally do it right
you
now.
know, well, the funny thing is that, I lived in New Orleans for many years. New Orleans is my heart.
Oh my
It's
God, you have
second
no
home.
idea.
We're in New
It's
our
my-
place is on Rampart.
Really?
In French
Really?
Quarter.
Yes.
Yeah, I lived when I first moved there. I lived in Old Metairie, and then I lived in Jefferson Parish, and then I lived uptown. So,
Okay.
Oh
yeah,
my
so-
God, uptown on
Yeah.
off of St. Charles.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, on Josephine Street.
I
right now.
love it
That's
so
He
much.
loves New Orleans.
Yeah, I love New Orleans is my heart. And if I wouldn't have gotten a job offer here in Los Angeles, I would have stayed in New Orleans the rest of my life and been a news.
Wow.
I was a news anchor there for the
There's just
Fox
something
affiliate
for
there.
everybody in New
It's
Orleans.
the best
and
city in the world. The greatest people. It's
There's so much culture.
It is. It's where I
right?
fell in love. It's where I fell in love for the first time. It's where I fell
Wow.
in love with live music. It's where I fell in love with food. It's where it's
I
just.
love New Orleans.
It's just really the greatest place.
agree.
If I would retire today,
Café du Monde.
Yes.
I would keep the house in New Orleans and then
Yes.
get a place in Bali.
Yeah.
But I just go back and forth. I don't know if
yeah.
LA would be.
People ask me all the time, where would you retire? And I say New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would.
3:00 in the morning and I'm having a blast.
You
And
know?
did you come to LA then for Good Day LA?
Yeah,
Okay.
from
Which
New
then
Orleans.
led to
Yeah.
Entertainment Tonight. Okay. And how long were you on Good Day LA before you went to
So I was
Entertainment
I went from Good Day LA. I was there for almost 5 years,
Wow,
and then
okay.
I went to Fox Sports from there, and I
Okay.
started doing sideline for the NFL on Fox, and I also did Major League Baseball and college basketball, and I went from there to CNN, and then I went from CNN.
But you didn't marry a ball player?
I did not. I did not.
Wait, I gotta get to real topics here.
Oh, our haute topic
no.
of the week.
About Sandoval.
Oh.
Sandoval.
Scandoval.
I mean, I made Sheena Shay's
ET's
wedding dress.
covered it, right?
You know this. So
It's
you
just
know we
covered
were
it.
at
Well,
the
I
wedding.
heard you all on Jeff Lewis's show talking about
Yeah.
when you saw
Kissing!
Raquel kissing
Me.
someone in the hallway at
Yes,
the
one
of the
elevator.
Toms.
And you thought that it was Schwartz, but come to find out it was Sandoval.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Interesting.
What are your thoughts on
Okay, so here's
Sandoval?
my hot take. Here's
Okay.
my hot take.
All right.
And while I think it's all
I mean,
of-
this is up your alley. This
yeah,
stuff.
all of it is deplorable and sick and gross, and I think Tom Sandoval is really like a cretin.
Yes.
I do feel sorry for that girl. I feel sorry for Raquel, and
I'm gonna share something with you, though.
watching, I get it, but in watching that, see, here's the tough thing that happens sometimes in the reality TV world.
Yeah.
Because they all have a legitimate beef with her, right? Yeah.
Right.
But they're all monsters. So when the monsters go after one person, then you start to feel some sympathy for, and you shouldn't feel sympathy for her because she was horrible. But in that third reunion episode, I was like, they are being so disgusting to this girl. I
They're so
feel for
mean.
her, and there's something really wrong with her. Like you could see it just
Mentally, right? You think there's gotta be a mental
It felt
issue.
like there was something wrong with her, and I felt for her, and I felt like stop, y'all, stop, because something might it might
It's gonna
happen
go
to
a little
her.
too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, and then I started feeling sorry for her. So that's where it can get tricky because really they're disgusting, and you shouldn't have any sympathy in the world for them. But when I'm sitting there and I'm watching, I'm like, James Kennedy, you're a monster, dude. And you're like trying to make everybody else out to be a monster, but you're doing some foul stuff too. Like nobody really has any room to throw.
To throw any
Throw
stones.
stones, so they all
stones.
sleep with each other, except for
Yeah.
Sheena's the only
Yeah.
one that hasn't
Well,
slept with the
Sheena
cat.
started the whole like, but I like her, and I felt for her throughout the whole series because I've thought that
Yeah.
they have been horrible to her,
Yeah.
so horrible to her, and I felt
I don't think she deserved it.
no, and I always felt like that she just wanted a friend. You know what I'm saying? I felt
Right.
like they just were so mean and manipulative to her, and like would always
see,
dog her
Raquel-
out, and because she was a little boy crazy. Who cares? Like you're all like gross.
But how do you feel about like Ariana? It seems like she's hit the payday.
Oh yeah, she has. Listen, I get your coins. Like however you gotta get in there, get your coins. Like this dude, like he really, I mean, he did her a favor in ways she never imagined.
Because she was never going to leave him.
No, she was
And she was-
codependent and in
yeah.
a toxic situation.
Yeah. Right.
And she knew that
That
already.
relationship was probably over for years. And I
Yes.
do think there was something, and I'm not taking up for Sandoval because I think he's bleh. But
Right.
I do think there's something some truth in where he was saying, I was
The
trying
way she was, yes.
to break this off, and it wasn't connecting.
But doing what I feel like they did was so damaging to the friendships.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and to the franchise.
Yes.
Well, Sheena was one of the originals.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And Tom Sandoval is an original.
Mm-hmm.
They've been friends from the very, very beginning.
Sheena
And we
was a
knew
star this season on that show.
Yes, she was.
The way she read him, like she didn't just go vitriol, vitriol, vitriol. The way she read him when he came to that house,
Yes.
like I was like, Sheena,
Yeah.
this is what we needed from you all the time. Like it was so perfect.
She owned this season. I really
So
think
good.
it did for her.
And like told him exactly what was up and was so on point and
Yeah.
so spot on.
Yeah.
And like and by the way, Sheena should never wear makeup again. She was so beautiful with
She's
no
Yeah,
makeup
gorgeous,
on.
isn't she?
I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's happening
She's
here?
stunning.
You know, the
What
crazy thing is
happening?
Bravo was not even going to cover her wedding.
Well, I'm sure
Up until
they
the
weren't.
week before. They're
Until
happy
like
now.
the
They
cake drop, right?
We've known Sheena
Mm-hmm.
since she used to be a hostess at Via Blanca.
Yeah.
So to see her grow and to see her move and navigate life
Right.
and just like friendships.
Yeah.
She's the same person that we've known,
From the very
at
beginning.
least to us.
Yeah.
Maybe from the outside it looks a little different because some of the stuff that they do on television is a little orchestrated
Yeah.
or scripted. But to us, the friendship is so solid
Right.
and so beautiful that when you can call her anytime,
Yeah.
you know she's there for
Right.
you.
She's there for you.
And what she felt, what Sandoval did to her, was that.
Yeah.
the-
Well, she
the-
rode hard for them, and
Yes.
she, yeah,
and she was friends with Raquel.
Yeah.
And what she said to us was, we already knew some of the bombshells that the reunion
Yeah.
was coming. And when Raquel was manipulating her a little bit by not telling her the
Oh, I think she
complete
manipulated
truth,
her a lot.
And
I do.
But
She-
I also think she was being manipulated.
yes. I don't know if she knew the difference because she came into the store several times, but she wasn't all there. And we had a
I don't think she ever
Yeah.
is. That's
Right.
Maybe
that's
Even when she
why.
was
maybe
James,
from what
Right.
we
That's why I
noticed
was
that.
like, y'all stop. Something's not right
Maybe
here.
that's what
just,
it is.
Just
Do
stop.
you feel that she'll go back to the next season? Raquel will be back on the next
I
season.
hope,
course she's
I
gonna go
hope
back.
she doesn't, for her own.
I
Right.
think she's
sanity.
going back.
I
There's-
hope she
They're going to
doesn't.
tape in next week.
I hope
This
she
Right.
doesn't. Yeah, I heard that they were starting
Yeah,
again
they're
very
starting to tape
soon.
next week.
But I hope that she sees the bigger picture of what like her good mental health is, and just
Right.
says,
I think they're going to be able to have a show where they're going to try to understand and see how they can move past.
well, you
All of
have to.
this.
In the reality TV space, it does not work when you try to say, I'm not going to film with you.
Right.
I'm going to be fragmented. It doesn't work.
No.
You have
It's
have
true.
to go in it. Like you kind of sold your soul when you signed up for it. So you
Right.
have to go in it and bear it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
we love to watch it. I mean, come on.
Of course, I'm a Bravaholic. Yes, I
If they
watch
don't
them
tear
all.
if they don't tear each, we were at the white party.
I was too.
She was there.
He's-
Hello.
yeah.
We saw her there.
Tell us how much fun that
It
was.
was amazing.
When we walked in, we were
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I've filmed
like,
with
what the
Garcelle.
hell?
I filmed with
Isn't she
Garcelle a few
amazing?
times. Yeah,
She's
she's
so
a great
sweet.
girl.
She's sweet.
I filmed
love
with
her.
her a few times, a couple seasons ago, and then last season. And I always tell her, if you ask me to come, I will. But like, I'm not doing anything else. But yeah, no.
wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
If you were going to be a housewife, which franchise?
franchise?
Yes, which franchise would you pick?
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So if I could just go live anywhere and be in any franchise.
Yeah,
Yes.
like which one like draws you and you're like so.
Well,
Don't say Atlanta because it's so close to New
no,
Orleans.
not Atlanta. No, I wouldn't.
Dubai.
Even though I'm friends with Candy and I'm friendly with Kenya, but no, and I'm friends with Cynthia Bailey.
Cynthia's
we love
amazing.
Cynthia.
She's great.
He's worn her gown.
I would say either Potomac or Beverly Hills.
I could see you in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Potomac or Beverly Hills. And I love Garcelle. She's a friend. I've
Yep.
gotten to know Sutton through Garcelle, and I think Sutton is hilarious.
Do you know Kyle or?
I know Kyle-ish.
Dorit Well, she goes to Shabbat Shalom dinner.
Okay.
Right now, so.
I don't like. I'm friends with Justin Sylvester, so I know kind of Kyle through there.
Got it.
But I don't. So I don't know.
Do you
personally,
feel
yeah.
that the Beverly Hills was really toxic last? Like, do you
Yes,
feel like
I
getting rid
do.
of Lisa Rinna was the right thing to
I
do?
do.
Oh my God!
do.
Oh my God!
I do. But I think for Lisa Rinna's
lips
own
should
good.
live forever. Those lips.
Yeah, no, but I think for her own good, because I think she was drinking her own Kool-Aid. And so you need a rabble-rouser, yes, but I think the level that she went to was like, girl, this is dark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
See,
you do need people who can, like, kind of produce themselves and keep the storyline moving.
Right.
But it was just dark.
But Kyle's
It was
great
just
at doing
dark.
that.
Yes,
She always
Kyle's
keeps that
the plug.
story moving.
She's the one that does it. Because, like, Kyle is, I like her because she's, like, messy adjacent. She is messy. Kyle is messy.
adjacent.
Yeah, she's messy, but she knows how to throw the rock and hide the hand, right?
Yes.
But she does know how to produce and keep the storyline going. What I didn't like was that, and I think she got a little sloppy with it, Lisa Vanderpump, because I'm a Vanderpumper. Like, I stand for her. But I didn't like when they were trying to, like,
Pit them against
take
each
her
other.
down.
Yeah.
But I was like, all y'all do this.
Right.
Lisa just got a little messy with hers.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
all of y'all, self-produce.
It's repeating.
Of course.
Call each other up and say, what we gonna talk about here? Girl, don't talk about this. Girl, have my back. Everybody does
And then
that.
there it is.
Absolutely. And so I didn't like how they tried to make her out to be like, you are the puppet master
Right.
or whatever.
Because they all do it.
All of them.
Do you like the new cast now for Housewives?
I do. I think
Because I know our audience doesn't know yet who they are, but we were
Wait,
filming
she
with,
knows?
We were
Yes.
filming with all of them at the
She
white party.
yes,
So
I do. Well, I
can tell you some secrets after too.
I've known Anne Marie for a long time. I've known her husband Marcellus, and I
Yeah.
have been friends for a really long time. So
Well, from sports.
I've known
of
Marcellus
course.
since before he and Anne Marie.
And they're such a lovely
got
couple.
together. Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, like, Marcellus was such the consummate bachelor when he, like, when we all, like, when our friend group realized, like, he had met Anne Marie and he was serious and was going to get married. We were like, what? What? Not Marcellus? And he's like, yeah. And so it was like a big deal in the world of, of us that
He's
that
such
Yeah.
a sweet guy.
he's the greatest.
Oh my God.
He really is.
Snow White and him,
Jumped-
they're like
Snow White
this.
jumped in his arms.
I was shocked. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
I call him Big Usher
Yeah.
because he loves to sing and dance and party, and he's hilarious. And so so I've known Anne Marie for a while, and like I said, shooting and filming with Garcelle, like I was at the birthday party where the whole, like, when Erika cussed at her son.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was there
Yeah.
at that because I'm real life friends with her, and she had her real life friends.
Wasn't
there.
Erica's performance amazing?
I thought she was great.
Wasn't
It blew me
That was
away.
great. I was
It was
surprised.
epic.
Blew me
Yeah.
away.
It was epic. I mean, the party that Kyle threw was epic.
Yeah.
But then to see Erika Jane perform, because we'd never seen her perform like that. I
well,
was like,
the funny thing
it's
was
a
too,
comeback.
at Garcelle's birthday party last season, we were all up on the dance floor dancing, and we were doing the electric slide, and Erika did not know how to do the electric slide. So I was teaching her how to do the electric slide. Then in her performance at the white party, homegirl was doing
Yes.
the electric slide. I said, oh, so we learned, did we? Okay.
I love it.
But no,
she
I
got a
thought-
couple of tips.
yeah, I thought she looked great. I thought she sounded great.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm someone who believes in second chances, so I hope she is like, coming through. I have been from a watcher, and in the last couple seasons, I've been side-eyeing them because
Right.
Garcelle is my girl, and so I've been side-eyeing like, y'all need to back up off my girl.
Don't make me come to you.
Like,
I know
right,
where you live.
need to back up off my girl, throwing her book in the trash. That's your ass. Like,
That was that was kind of funny though.
right? No, it wasn't. It wasn't funny at all.
But you know what I gotta
The way
say?
they highlighted it, though, that was
was
the
not
What I gotta
funny.
say, Erika Jane, man, she's been through so much
Mm-hmm.
to live that life and be living
Yeah.
high on the life, and then I don't think I really don't believe she knew what her husband was up
And
to.
you know how long we've known Erika?
Right.
Long time.
Because I've been here for 30 years. She used to
be a waitress up the
around
street.
the corner.
You know,
so I've seen, like,
one
you
time,
know what I mean? Like the connection.
a few years ago, so before the I was at a supper club in Studio City, and he was there.
Tom Girardi.
Yes, with a woman.
With another woman.
Yes.
Wow.
But I just thought, it must be a colleague
or
or
somebody
something.
you're having like a business
Yeah. I was like, it's probably a colleague or
company
something
card
like that.
working its best.
But I don't get it. Erika Jayne is
And
gorgeous.
it still could have been. I don't know that it was anything
But he said
else.
he cheated on her so many
Yeah,
times.
I don't know that it was
gorgeous. Why cheat on that woman?
I know, but it was like, and the reason why I didn't think this, because I was like, well, this is out at a supper club, and Liza Minnelli is performing, and it's
Like
in
it's a big
public,
deal. Like
and
you would
it's
be
like,
there with your wife, not with some stranger.
So that's why I was like, oh no, that's that. But I did think like, okay, sir, okay, Tom Girardi, and you're Erika Jayne. You know?
And now, right? It's weird for him to be this elite lawyer that was revered for everything he did to now just.
It's such a sad sight to see
sad.
when you see photos of him walking around looking like very sickly and frail and all of those things. It's very sad to see.
And I think this is one of the reasons why.
But I don't have sympathy for somebody who steals money from
many
widows.
none of the victims ever got money, right?
Yeah,
none of the victims ever got their money.
And if he did what is alleged, like, nah, bro.
Right.
No,
I agree.
It's not right under any circumstance, let alone that circumstance. But then to see a family decimated because of something that your husband or the person that you care about, that you're sleeping
y'all
in the
don't think
same
she
bed,
knew anything?
There's no way you don't know, but
I don't
if
think
you
she
did know, I don't think you would know the extent of it.
Well, no, I don't think
In
she
the
knew
sense-
all the crossing eyes and
No,
dotting
no,
T's. But
because
sometimes
you're
you
not
might know that
involved.
something
Yeah.
may not, like this don't really add up, but you just
But then you have to
going
also
about
realize.
your
You think she knew?
I don't know.
Wait,
I really
okay.
don't.
I think because they're from two different generations and the way they see and perceive things are very different. The way that Girardi handles business is from old world. It's not technological. I have my assistant. I have somebody doing this. You don't need to be involved.
Right.
So you know to remove yourself.
Well, I think he did treat her like that. I mean, we saw him kind of talk to her like she was
Remember
somebody's
a couple
child.
of times that
right.
he shut her down.
Right. Even so, I mean, I think you can be dual because
Of
I
course.
know when I'm at home, I'm very domesticated. I'm not an alpha. I'm much of a different person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
not.
defer to my partner.
Okay.
So I get that Erika Girardi, Erika Jayne.
Yeah.
I get that there can be two different people. But I also say she's not a dummy. And
No.
even if you're deferring, your spidey sense will always say something, right? And
Right.
even if you don't know everything or know like the inner workings, your spidey sense would be like,
Yeah, but if you
Did you ever interview Erika Jayne?
yeah, I have.
You did?
Uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh. She's always
And
been
Tom
lovely.
or no?
No, not him.
Okay.
No, but she's always been lovely. But I'm just saying, like, you have a gut. You have like
intuition.
an intuition, and you have a gut
But you trust
feeling.
the person that you're with, so you're
You do,
hoping
but
that
even though you trust, or you might say, "Okay, baby, I get." You still in the silence of the night, in the still, like when you laying there, you thinking,
That
A
expression.
plus
well,
B ain't
let me tell you.
You still
Okay.
thinking it,
Right.
even if you don't know
On the same-
specifically what it is.
On the same level, do you believe the Chrisleys?
Oh,
Todd and Julie
Oh
Chrisley?
my
Let me just say,
God.
first of all, I love that show. I do love that show.
You mean
I
the
do
gay
love that
guy?
show. That was Paul. I did not say that. That was Paul.
Well, the guy that he was with is
My
the one that
gaydar's
threw him
up.
under the
I
bus.
mean, it is. My gaydar's up.
Tell me if the wife didn't know that man was sucking dick all day.
Oh, Paul.
Like, seriously. How do you not? Excuse me, people, but...
Okay, so what do you think? Do you believe the Chrisleys?
No, I think they did it.
You did.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they did.
Because
it.
they keep saying they
I know,
had
and
nothing
they
to do with
listen,
that.
and they're going
they in
to
jail?
fight whatever. Yeah, they're in prison.
they're in prison. Yeah, both of
They're
them.
not in jail. They're in prison.
Well, we were in the
One
courthouse.
him for 12 and a half years, her for 9 years.
It's-
That's a
They're-
long.
Yes, absolutely.
You leave your family for, like, it's
Yeah.
inconceivable for me to understand that a few dollars
Listen,
and
all
the
money ain't
fame.
good money, but people see fast money, and these days they want it. They want the fame, they want the fast money, they want the living large looking lifestyle,
Right.
and they'll do whatever they can to get it. I don't know that it's in this case, but it does, from what I have, we've been covering it, from what I've read and seen, I've been reading court documents and been reading, everything. I do think there's some validity to,
what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, there's a jury that convicted them, so obviously they know stuff that we don't know.
Yeah, it's sad though because the family is torn apart.
Yeah.
And now like the onus is on Savannah to raise, her brother's child and her younger brother. Yes. And like, it's all falling on her.
Your
and she's a
matriarch and your patriarch, they're not there.
Yeah. So
I mean, who wants to do reality at this point when Jen Shaw, they're all going to jail.
But they dummies. How dumb are you to come on TV and literally who didn't look at Jen Shaw and say, "Girl, where are you getting your money?"
Your husband's a coach.
Like,
so the husband works at the school.
Baby, he is a position coach at a college football team.
They make $85,000.
I mean, he could have been making $250 at the most.
Right.
That's still not affording them that lifestyle.
No, not at all.
And you literally are out here like head to toe, designer every day, saying I'm living the chalet. Like people's radar is gonna be like,
But isn't that what we want to watch?
No, but
it is. But my point is, if you ain't got it, don't do it because it's gonna come get you. We've seen it play out. We saw it play out with Teresa.
Could you,
Teresa.
We've seen it play out with people's houses being foreclosed on.
Well, Zolciak.
Right. We like living above their means.
So she
robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like
she did the
Apollo.
But do you think that reality TV forces them, but makes them want that mindset that they've got to rob Peter to pay Paul to live this opulent life?
You're the dummy for doing that. You're the dummy because Andy Cohen is not saying you got to come on here and like act dumb and take out $125,000 in cash and pay for your furniture.
Right. Yeah. Well,
call Ashley Furniture.
No, but when you
go to Living Spaces, yes.
Living Spaces, yes.
Rooms to go.
All good for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not saying that.
I feel for some of the people that don't understand what it's like to maintain. Like I've been here for almost 30 years, right? Mm-hmm. And we know we're comfortable. We're happy.
Yeah.
But life is not worth risking. The relationships, the friendships,
your freedom,
the beauty of life and what we do. And everybody respects that, I feel like, more than trying to flaunt it. Because nobody...
But I also feel like when you go on these shows,
I think
they want you to flaunt it. Like, they're like...
Yeah, but they do, but they don't. Because you have franchises where that's not. I mean, look at Orange County. Their motto is not "we have money." I mean, they're different. It's different.
Yeah.
The same.
They got trailer parks.
Right. The same with Potomac. You know what I'm saying? Like
they have money too.
Yeah, but not all of them. And it's not. You don't have to floss to thrive on that.
Right.
In that franchise. I mean, let the franchises with money be the franchises with money. Beverly Hills, and and actually the women in Atlanta. Well, some of them are hood rich.
Wait, what is hood
Kenya?
rich?
I don't know. Kenya has money. She's not like rich, but she has money. She's not hood rich.
Candy, though.
Oh, Candy's got money.
She's got so much money.
Yes.
I like Candy.
Candy is amazing.
What happened to her show?
Which one?
She had a show with her family.
She's doing Tony Awards, all kinds of stuff now.
She had Candy and the Gang last season. That went for a year, and then she had a couple spinoffs.
Oh, did she?
With her
she's
family.
producing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Candy is doing just fine.
Yeah. Wait, so who went to medicine? Phaedra.
Yes, Phaedra's going to be on Married to Medicine.
Married to Medicine now.
Yeah, because I like Phaedra.
We thought she was going to be on Dubai.
Yeah, we thought she was going to be on Dubai.
She showed up on Dubai.
Yeah, I know, but we thought she was going to be a series regular.
Until we just got back from Dubai and we know all the housewives now.
Right,
and he's doing the gown for the new housewife.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice. No, she, I think Married to Medicine is actually my favorite show on Bravo.
Really? I've never seen it.
We've never.
Great.
Really?
Great.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Great
need
show.
to watch that one
Great
probably.
show, yeah.
What do you like about it that's different than the Housewives
Well,
as an
the
example?
women have actual friendships and relationships with
Oh.
each other,
Oh.
and these women, most of the women on there are doctors.
So they're
and
actually working a
they're
real job.
They have
Yeah,
jobs.
and they
Like-
do. I mean, there's a lot of crossover in Atlanta, like Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, because they're a lot of those women's doctor, like they're baby doctors and
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
gynecologists and whatever.
Interesting.
And I just love the dynamic of these
Nice.
families and these people. Like
Because it shows more than just fighting. It shows more than
Yes.
there's more
Yes.
depth and context
yeah,
to
it really shows like what Black excellence can look like, and like interpersonal communication with these upwardly mobile people. I think it's a great.
They shoot in
show.
Atlanta?
And they're
Is it
shady
Atlanta?
as hell. Yeah, and
Okay.
they're
They're
in Atlanta.
shady.
They're
Wow.
shady as hell.
Okay, we gotta watch
So
Married to
good,
Medicine.
so good. Yeah.
Okay, last thing they wanted to Kelly Osbourne
Oh.
slamming Prince Harry.
Okay, so
Stop. Just stop.
so we know
I
Sharon.
like Kelly.
We know
I just
love
saw
Kelly.
I just saw her. on
Sharon,
Zach.
Sharon loves Snow White.
Yeah, so I'm like, what happened?
I don't know. I mean,
This Meghan Markle thing has really
it's too
taken
much. What is she doing to y'all? Like, what is
Yeah.
she
I
really
know.
doing to y'all?
Nothing.
This lady, like, people say, oh, she wants to be seen. We have seen her physically probably 4 times in the past 2 years.
I know.
Those people mind their business in Montecito and whatever. Like, this vitriol is too much. Like, Kelly, what did Prince Harry do to you? What did he do to
I
you?
don't even think they know each other.
No, that's
No.
what I'm saying. Like, what did he do to you to elicit that? And
Yeah,
to
it
like
was a
go
little
on
harsh. It was
a
a little
rant
strong.
about someone.
I mean, she's
like,
English,
fighting
but
for
she's
their
not even
mental
in
health.
English.
When you and your family have been fighting for your mental health for a very long time
Yes.
in the public eye,
Yes.
and always wanted people to give you grace, I don't get it.
Do you think Meghan and Harry will ever go back to the
No.
UK? No.
I think
No.
that bridge is burned.
The London bridges.
Yeah, I think it's falling down.
It fell down.
No, I don't think so. But I don't think they want to.
No, I
think they
think
want
what
to.
they want.
And I don't think he wanted to, even before Meghan
Of
came along.
course
People
not.
are blaming Meghan, but Harry didn't want to be a part of that mess.
I don't think
He has
the
never
British
wanted to be a
people,
part of that mess.
The British people really have not embraced Meghan and Harry, but neither
They
have the
did at
US.
first. They
The
did it.
US
They
really.
did
I
at
think
first.
they did.
They did at first. They did. They did it first, and I think there's still a big faction that did. I think that Harry writing the book and spilling the family secrets, people didn't like that because they're, they have this thing about, the British folks are the decorum and this, that, and the third. But
Right.
we all know there was a lot of mess going on.
Of course there is
the
in every
monarchy.
family.
And a lot
Yeah.
of stuff going on
There's
in the
still a
monarchy.
family.
And no one in the family has ever come out and said, you're not telling the truth.
Yeah.
What they've said is, we're mad because you're spilling
The
the
tea.
tea.
Yeah.
But no one's
Yeah.
ever said you're lying.
Right.
So, I always look at that as like, maybe you shouldn't have told your people's business, but you weren't lying.
Right. Do you agree that the Spotify deal should have been canceled?
I also had a friend who lost her show.
Okay.
And so I think Spotify is doing a lot of restructuring.
Okay, this is probably a good time. People, subscribe. People, we need more listeners.
That's hilarious.
Please help. And
That's hilarious.
I don't want to get
Rates,
canceled.
review, subscribe.
Share. Do what it
Hilarious.
takes.
So I think Spotify is going through,
They're revamping it
yes,
a little bit
I
differently.
do, and I
Yes.
think because their name and they're so polarizing that sounded like a big deal. But like I said, my friend Jamel Hill had a very popular
Really?
podcast on Spotify, and she's extremely popular. And she lost her show.
Wow.
Wow.
So I think there's a lot going on over there.
There's also a lot of podcasts.
Yes.
Everybody
Shout
seems like
ev-
is doing a podcast.
Everybody. I have one too, but everybody's doing a podcast.
What's your podcast?
I co-host a podcast with Shaquille O'Neal and Spice Adams called The Big Podcast with Shaq. It's
Oh, good.
yeah,
Good.
Shaquille's podcast, and we do it once a week.
You do it here? No.
I do, yeah, we do it
Well,
from LA.
she does it here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in
'Cause he's in-
Atlanta, Spice is
Right.
in Chicago, and so
Fun.
yeah, we've been doing it for 2 years.
Oh my God,
Love
I'm
it.
gonna have to listen
And
to it
episodes come out
now.
when?
Every Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
We shoot on Tuesdays, but we are on hiatus for a couple months now since because we do it mostly during basketball season.
Got it.
And so
Is
now
it sports related?
it's
Or?
sports and pop culture. So we
Okay.
do a little bit of everything.
Very
And so
cool.
it's considered sports, but Shaquille never wants to talk about sports. He always wants to talk about what's happening in pop culture. And,
Well, because that's where it's at.
yeah, and what's going on. and-
I mean, who's tearing up somebody else's house? That's what
Listen,
we want to
sports
know.
and pop culture are blending now in so many ways that there's always something to talk about.
Remember Shaquille O'Neal? That was how many years ago when you were doing the Seattle Supersonics?
Yeah.
We met
Used to
him,
go out
God,
there all the
how
time.
many years ago?
Yeah.
He used to do all the dance costumes for the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, nice.
So they would
For-
fly us every week to Seattle to do the
That's wild.
Every
to watch
home-
the show.
every home
and they were
game.
there doing one of the
Oh,
opposite
that's
team they're
wild.
playing.
Yeah, that's wild.
So every home game before they were sold to Michigan, and then they wanted me to go to Michigan and do that one, and then I couldn't go to Michigan anymore.
Yeah.
And before they were sold, I did that in the Oakland Warriors,
Golden State
Raiders?
Warriors.
Golden State. Jesus, I should know what the
He
team.
just does the designs. He doesn't remember them.
I don't know
That's
that.
hilarious.
Okay, the funny thing is, and it's true because Zoe Saldana came into our boutique, and my husband did not know who she was.
Oh my God.
I want to kill
I
him.
don't know.
Because she's playing with Snow White. He's showing her dress. Like,
was
he has
on the
no
floor.
clue who she is.
She was on the floor on the carpet with Snow White for 40 minutes.
I'm looking at the
hilarious.
security cam like, that's Zoe Saldana. He's
So great. She's really.
We were having a blast.
Do you know that she has, of any actress, she has the biggest box office numbers
Oh.
I can see why.
because of Avatar
Yeah.
and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
So beautiful.
She has the biggest box office numbers of any actress in Hollywood. I think her
Wow.
gross is like 3 billion or so, 4 billion or so.
Oh, that's
now.
it?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she also gets a
Jesus
part
Christ.
of, she has a cut of the Avatar.
Oh, the back end?
Yeah, because she also helped create the language that they use in that film. She helped create it.
Oh.
And she's, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm hitting you now because you didn't put her in a dress.
You know what?
Zoe, call us.
We were hanging out. We were just
She was
like
playing with
enjoying
Snow
our
White. I'm like,
time.
it's Zoe Saldana.
You know, that's crazy though. My brain doesn't work that way. I can remember every bead, every color, every dress somebody's wearing. Like
Yeah.
at the white party, everybody was wearing white, but I know what they were wearing.
Except for Camille. Camille
I
had
know,
on
but
blue.
she
No,
looked good.
she said it was white on the outside.
That was not white. It was
because
blue.
the foundation
That was blue.
was
She
sky
she
blue.
missed the memo. I think
It was
she's the
blue.
only one.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Her husband, boyfriend, was wearing same shade.
No, not her. She's married. It's
Yeah,
not her
it's her-
boyfriend.
Well,
it's her husband. Yeah.
Okay, husband. That's what I
But
said.
she had on blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said,
Even
this
her
is
daughter
a-
said that.
When I said, this is a pretty shade of blue for you, she goes, it's white, Paul. It's white. I'm
Oh,
like,
baby.
it's white. The sequence on the outside, the shimmer is.
It was blue.
It was blue, and for our audience that are listening and want to watch, we're going to put a picture up of the blue dress. that
Oh
Camille
my
was
God,
wearing.
let's do Runway Rundown now
Yes.
that we're talking about that.
Okay, let's do Runway Rundown. Paul, you want to explain Runway Rundown?
No, I
Okay.
say Runway Rundown, you explain it.
Okay, so-
You're the smart one in this relationship.
Then tell our audience what we're doing, and I'll explain.
Okay, so now we're gonna do Runway Rundown. And this
Okay.
is a segment of our show that we get to criticize and critique some of the looks on the red carpet.
Oh, boy.
And then we get to tear it down.
Oh, gosh.
And they
okay.
may be looks of you, too.
Oh,
maybe,
Oh,
maybe not.
boy.
I hope
oh,
There's
boy.
been some tragedy.
And this
Lately,
one,
I've gotten my game together. There's been some tragedy.
we like to say this is the good, the bad, and sometimes the freaking ugly of
No,
the
I
red
call
carpet.
it, what were you thinking? Like, I want to know what made you get to that point where you had to show up? Like, where was the
I'm
mirror?
scared now.
Well, this one is, I love this person because he's an actor that I think is going to maybe be in our movie. We want him to play Howard K. Stern in our
boy,
movie.
okay.
Who is it?
Andrew Garfield. I think it'd be great to play
wow.
Howard
Andrew
K.
Garfield.
Stern.
He looks great. He's wearing
he
a
always
three-piece
looks
suit.
great.
He was so good in Under the
looks-
Banner of Heaven, and when I saw him in that, I'm like, this is our Howard K. Stern for our movie.
He always looks great, and he actually almost saved my life one day.
Oh
Tell
my
us
God,
how,
wait a
what
minute.
happened?
At the SAG Awards last year, year before,
Okay.
I was doing interviews. I was out on our platform, and I started feeling like faint and sick.
Okay.
And he walks up. Someone's calling you.
Dilly.
He walks up, and like he goes, "Oh my gosh, what can I do? I have a banana. Did you like my banana?"
Well, wait a minute.
It was the sweetest thing ever.
Your potassium was probably low.
It probably was.
You guys may think that, but if somebody like him walked up to me and said, "I got a banana,"
You want my banana?
I'm sorry, but my
Excuse
brain
me, Andrew,
is
where are we going?
My brain's going in a whole different direction.
He
That is
really
true.
is the sweetest
But
guy,
he's
and he's got
adorable.
great style.
And he's tall.
Great style, yeah.
He's very, like, his stature's great. And the way he puts things together looks effortless.
I'm a sucker for monochrome. I wear a lot of monochrome.
But he looks effortless.
doing
I'm
it for
usually
me.
not a fan of all earth tones, but I love what he's wearing.
Oh, I do.
He's wearing all brown.
That does it for
Explain,
me.
Paul, how
Well,
you're the
the
designer.
jacket and the collar, it's very stylish. It's very sleek. It's linen. It's up to date.
European.
He's wearing
Yeah.
European. It's relaxed.
And he's tall,
Yeah.
and I love that he's showing that he's tall
Yeah.
in the way he's
I don't know
dressed.
where this is, but wherever it is, I hope he was coming up to me going, "I've got a banana."
I've got the banana. You like a banana?
I love it. The way you did it was so cute.
It was very cute.
Okay, I love her.
But were you okay?
Yes, but I was like, I was very faint, and I like had to sit for a while.
Well, it
but
gets
I was
overwhelming.
Did the banana help?
I didn't have the banana.
Oh,
But
Michelle turned down Andrew Garfield's
I
banana.
know, I refused Andrew's banana.
Next time, send him our way.
Yeah. Could you just tell him we're right behind? We're like right there,
Right.
behind the ropes. We're like right there.
Exactly. Okay, this one, she's queen from the Renaissance tour. You did a gown for Beyonce years
Okay,
ago.
you don't even have to show me. If it's Beyonce, it's okay.
But I'm not a fan of this dress.
Let me see.
She's amazing. She's beautiful.
She is, but I
think she's
was
doing
not
one
a
of her
fan of this
ballads.
dress.
But I don't think.
I can't really tell. She's seated, and so I
Yeah.
can't really get a read on the dress.
It's very Anna Nicole with the crystals, the Marilyn Monroe when she sang. I think that's what they were trying to do.
I can't. I'm going to withhold judgment because she's seated.
Do you like the color?
I do.
You do? Okay.
I do.
Well, that's our favorite color.
I do.
Yeah.
But I
I know you
feel
like
like
red.
with, I think you have to be there in order for you to be able to hear the sound, the music, the energy, and what the focus is in order for you to understand the
Because
costume.
she had a red motif
Yeah.
as well,
Could-
like that everybody had on red. The dancers, this is like everybody came. So I
It's like the Rihanna when she
So-
did all white
Yes.
at the Super Bowl.
Oh, it was
like that
amazing.
was amazing.
I'm withholding judgment.
So when was the first time you interviewed Beyonce?
Oh gosh.
Because you've interviewed her several times.
Well, actually, I've only interviewed her once.
Really?
Yeah, and it was a long time ago.
For what?
She doesn't do interviews.
She
Yeah.
doesn't.
No. Beyonce didn't do it. She don't have to do anything.
She just doesn't show up.
But wake
She's
up and
Queen
be
Bee.
a bad bitch. Yeah, she doesn't have to do anything. Yeah.
Wow.
Where do I sign up for that?
You know?
I know.
Listen.
How was the interview?
She's lovely.
Yeah.
She's lovely. I actually did like a 30-minute special on her when I was at CNN. It was back in 2013. And like, she's lovely. She's
Yeah.
lovely.
I didn't do an interview. I just fitted her, and
Yeah.
you know. And
So when
she
I was a
busy on the
casting
phone.
director many years ago, I casted her sister Solange.
Oh, really?
In a LA Gear tennis shoe
That is
commercial,
amazing.
and her dad showed up on set
I'm
with
sure he
Solange,
did. Yeah.
We see that all the time.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
and that was crazy.
That's
'cause
hilarious.
That was so many years ago, like 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago.
I just feel like this is I think the difference, reserving the right to not say anything about this outfit. This is a costume for me.
Maybe that's
is
what it is. I don't.
not-
You know what? I don't like the tights either. Underneath.
She always wears tights.
I know, but I didn't like it with this dress. Maybe
that's because she probably had to do like a quick change
She
to
always
get
wears
up her
tights.
ass
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
But this is a costume.
Mm-hmm.
So it's portraying what she's trying, the message that she's trying to communicate to her audience and her music. So she's
Okay.
channeling something other than what being on the red carpet and representing herself or what the night is about, as an example.
Okay.
So I think I'll reserve the right.
Yeah, I'm just reserving the right because I haven't
I like
seen
that
it
one.
in
I'm going to use
context.
that. I'm going to reserve the right not to talk about bad bitch right there.
Yeah. But did you?
2 other guys, Brendan Fraser and I think it's Reg. Oh my God, I can never pronounce his name.
Reggae Jean Page?
Yes, thank you. Reggae
And it's
Jean Page.
Fraser.
What is it?
Fraser. Not
Brendan
Fraser. Fraser.
Fraser.
Yeah. They'll like kind of
Brendan
correct you.
Fraser.
Yes.
Can I say that he had a tough time
I hated
in the
this.
industry after what they did to him?
Yeah.
And
But I
then,
hated this outfit.
thank God they brought him back, but he does not look good to me.
That is not that. I don't know what's going on underneath the suit. That's a little.
The shirt, right? Underneath, I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't know
white
what's-
suit, and babe, what is he wearing underneath?
I can't tell. It's very difficult to even. It's like a shirt with buttons
Yeah, and it
that's
has a
not even sitting.
collar.
And it's like this cotton Walmart
Yeah,
looking
it's-
thing. Like you
it's-
just picked it up on the way there.
The suit I don't think is bad, but that button needs to be unbuttoned if he's sitting down.
At least. So it
But-
doesn't.
Yeah, the suit I don't think is bad, but I don't know what's happening under there.
But what's going on with the relationship here? Because I'm seeing a little more in the body
No,
language.
You're not. No, you're not.
Don't you think?
You are not.
I mean, do you need to be this close to each other?
Well, they're probably at a fashion show, and when
They
you're
are.
at those fashion shows, you
And they're
are
sitting on
seated-
top of each
Yes.
other.
Yeah, you're seated, like cheek to cheek.
Their hands are appropriately placed, though, like not touching
Yeah,
anything.
he's
Oh,
a
God.
handsome fellow.
But he's
that
so
right?
Have you
hot.
interviewed? Have you
He's
interviewed him?
beautiful.
I have, yeah.
And how was he as an interview?
He was fine. He was fine. I haven't interviewed him lately, but he was fine.
What do you think about his comeback with the film that he did?
Let's hope he does.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the film?
Which one?
What's it
What
called?
was it?
Where he played the teacher.
Oh, you mean Brendan Fraser? I
yes,
thought you were
yes,
talking about
yeah,
Reggae Jean
yeah,
Page.
Brendan Fraser.
The Whale.
Yeah, the whale. That's what it's
Yes,
called.
I thought it was a brilliant job by him.
I saw the way they did the makeup
It's a-
and everything. It's
The
beautiful.
transformation was
Yeah, it's a tough watch. The
insane.
movie is a tough watch, but he was fantastic. Fantastic.
It was interesting because when COVID,
I still would have voted for Austin Butler over him, but I think
I agree,
it was
right? I
fantastic.
think Austin
Thought it was fantastic.
was Elvis.
Yeah.
Literally.
I think he embodied Elvis the way none of us in our generations had ever seen anybody be able to portray
Yeah.
such an icon like
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
He was phenomenal above and beyond in the movie. The movie was just good. So I think that may have hurt him a little bit because the movie wasn't.
I thought it was exceptional because
Everything.
the colors, the volume.
No, I think it could have been better. We know.
Well, I thought it whitewashed a lot of things,
Right.
and I
Oh,
think
maybe.
that some people may have thought, okay, the story you're telling may not have been completely historically correct,
Right.
and so I think in some people's eyes it may have been like,
maybe
But I think it was also a typical Baz Luhrmann film.
right,
That's the way he does it.
Baz Luhrmann makes films for the senses,
Yeah.
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 so.
Maybe the story wasn't all accurate, but it sure was visually beautiful.
Right, I mean, it wasn't inaccurate,
Yeah.
but it
Right.
just didn't feel like it was the full picture.
What's the next one, babe?
This
Give me
one.
some hot one.
Okay, this
Oh.
one.
Oh my God.
Nischelle, we love you. I love
Oh
you on
my
the red
God.
carpet. I have no idea what you're
I
wearing.
just took a peek. This was a side-eye moment.
Let me see.
I think it's at the Spider-Man Homecoming
Oh my God. let me
premiere. It's a
Is that
what
really
were you
you?
thinking?
see. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
I mean, we could be honest. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
I
It's-
usually
it
love
wasn't
you on the
great.
red carpet, but I was not a fan
Was
of
the
this one.
stylist
Yeah,
fired?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you have a stylist?
I don't know.
You did not do this on your own.
No, I don't even. I don't even.
So for our audience, Paul, describe the outfit that are listening, that aren't watching.
It's very hard to describe because
It's a costume.
It's it's supposed to be a Spider-Man costume, but it like kind of failed.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for your proportions
I
because
don't-
you have an amazing body.
I don't even know what I was doing.
It doesn't do
I don't know
anything
what I
for
was thinking.
color.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's balanced throughout, where the focus of the salmon color and then the inserts, it looks like fish scales around the
I don't
edges.
even know what I was doing. I
And
have
then
nothing.
the fact that it's bell-bottom legs,
Yeah.
and it's and the off the shoulder, which
No,
doesn't.
I agree.
It's very old. It's
got
It's
nothing.
not even vintage.
There's no way to.
I do love your accessory though.
What's the accessory?
My
That's
watch.
yours.
Oh, yeah.
I do love the
My watch.
accessory. But the rest of it, I feel like whoever made this.
Do you like yellow as a color on you?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't-
what's your
do.
favorite
Yeah.
color?
I don't know that I have a favorite. I mean, I like
You gotta have a
orange.
favorite
I like
color.
Orange. I like.
Really?
You know,
If I'm gonna make you your
I wear-
Emmys gown, what color are you gonna request? Like,
I don't
what
know,
are you gonna say?
I was telling Patrik, I've never worn green before.
I know. I showed you that green downstairs.
never worn
That
green.
would look amazing on you.
But I like orange. I like yellow.
Maybe it's just the yellow and the red and the way the pattern of the and then
Yeah,
the,
it's like
and
a
the
hot
fit
pink
and the
and-
cut.
Did you feel pretty though? Because your confidence level is a 10.
I do not even remember. I honestly don't even remember. I don't know.
Do you still have this outfit?
No.
No, we burned it a long
I
time
can't-
ago.
I got nothing.
I'm sorry.
It's bad.
I'm sorry. That's your best friend over there. He's doing this to you, so don't even look at me like that.
It's bad.
That's him.
It's bad. It's bad.
It is bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad.
It is bad.
That was a miss.
Yeah, it's
That
a
was
big
a miss.
miss.
That's a miss.
So from now on, if you like, take a photo. Just
Oh no!
text it to us, and I'll
fashion
be
game,
like,
that was probably 6 years ago.
Yeah.
The fashion game is much different now.
Do you feel that you've evolved in your fashion from red carpet from the beginning?
Well, I
until now?
know what I look good in,
Yeah.
and I know what I like, and I know that for me it's fit and fabric, and like that's what I think about.
Right. So
That's
a
it.
lot of celebrities will let the stylist just do everything. Are you like that, or you want an
No.
opinion? And
No,
you,
I do.
So you'll
yeah.
say no if I don't like this. I'm not wearing
Yeah.
this. I think that's good.
But do people, I mean, people that are listening to us, do they know the difference between a designer and a stylist? A stylist is a glorified shopper.
Yeah.
Which means
Right.
they're not creating an outfit.
No.
They're basically shopping
And creating a look.
to put a look together.
Right.
Intentionally, but not all the time for the individual.
Right.
When a designer is creating a look, a
Right.
gown, a specific feel,
Mm-hmm.
using the textures, the layers, the fabrics, the colors, and all the details that go into it, you are taking the person into consideration where you're
yeah.
taking that individual's personality and showcasing that through the imagery of the textures and layers that you want to put on them, because you don't want the personality to disappear. You want them elevated. You
Yeah.
want them highlighted.
Yeah.
And everyone doing different responsibilities. You correspond on the, is that a word? Correspond?
Correspond.
You correspond
Yes.
on the red carpet.
Host.
And every single red carpet has a different feel. You
Yes.
can't do the same thing you're doing at the Grammy
Absolutely.
Awards that you do at the Academy Awards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are award shows, but the energy's different, the vibe's different, your demeanor's different, your intentions and personality and a different aspect of you is going to shine. So whether you know the information or not,
Yeah.
whether it's something that you love to do or not, as a responsibility, the designer knows best to be able to create something that's going to work
Yeah.
for that event. Where a stylist, as much as they know, they have to rely on what the designer's putting out for the season for them to be able to pull from
Yeah.
to put together.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's amazing stylists out there that know how to do a compilation of different items that work so great together that you know the
babe,
marriage looks
so many
beautiful at the
times
end.
you will like so many times when somebody comes in, a celebrity, and they're doing a gown or something, and they're like, oh, it needs to be, he just will rip the dress right there with the scissors and just
have
cut
a
like
heart attack.
Yeah, like Anna Nicole Smith, we did the G4 Awards. Remember the gold dress, the most famous dress ever, where she popped her boob out at the G4 Awards. We were there with her back on the bus, on the trim spa bus, and he was sewing and working on that dress literally up until she walked
my
out on the
gosh.
red carpet.
That bitch was making me work on the bus.
And remember what happened right before the red carpet?
Well, she was going to start walking the carpet, and I'm like, Anna, you can't go out looking like this.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm fine. I said, no, you're not. She was wearing her big underwear, like,
Granny
huge.
panties.
I'm like, you can't walk out there with granny panties.
That's
People are going to think I don't know
hilarious.
what the fuck I'm doing.
That's hilarious.
I had to go under her skirt, take my scissors, turn that into a nice, beautiful G-string. She goes, I have the runs. My dragon is running. I'm like, I don't care about your dragging right now, but you ain't walking that carpet like that.
That is
not
hilarious.
happening.
So he made her granny
Because it's going to come
panties.
back to me, because they're going to say, how could you let her walk out like that?
Made her granny panties into a
and have
G-string.
and have a panty imprint. Yeah.
I'm like, that's not happening.
That's
so
funny.
there you
And she
go.
was the most photographed. That was the last public appearance with her son Daniel.
Wow.
And we were the
Crazy,
back.
right?
Yeah.
I was on the bus drinking.
I'm going to play a game with her. Come on, I got to read her graphic and she's got to go to sleep.
This or that. We're going to give you two options, and you can pick one or the other.
Okay.
And we want to know why.
I've got the perfect one, and I know
Okay.
you want to do this one, but I'm going to do it.
Of course you are. Oh my god.
Okay. Mission Impossible or Top Gun? You just came back from
Top
Rome.
Gun Maverick.
Really?
Absolutely. It was the best movie of last year.
No way!
Oh no.
Yeah.
But you just came back from Rome.
I know.
From Mission Impossible.
They're both Tom Cruise, but Top Gun Maverick was the best movie of 2022.
She's so
So did you just
critical.
interview Tom Cruise?
I did.
Oh my god, how was that?
It was fantastic.
He's crazy, right? He's like so
He's
cool.
fun.
Yeah, he's really, he did something really nice for me and my
Oh.
producer. I had told him when we were just sitting talking before we started interviewing, and I said, "Oh, I saw a photo of you coming out of this restaurant the other night." He was
Right.
like, "Yes, that was Nino's. It's like my favorite restaurant, and I've been going there since I was a kid when I come to Rome, and I love it so much." I was like, "Yeah, I was wondering because my producer and I were trying to figure out somewhere to go." And he goes, "I'm gonna make your reservation there. I'm gonna get you in." He was like, he told his assistant, he's like, "Call right now, tell them it's me, tell them it's for me, get them a reservation." And like, his assistant came back and was like, "Oh, it's Sunday, they're closed." He was like, "Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. We're gonna do it for you for after the premiere. I'm gonna get you a reservation. I can't wait. You gotta go." So he got us a reservation. He made us a reservation
awesome.
at
Oh
his
my
favorite
God.
restaurant, and we went there for dinner Monday night. My producer and I. It was so lovely. And when I saw him on Monday,
Yeah.
he was like, "Are you going? Are you going tonight?"
Oh my
Yes,
God!
we're going, and it was really, really great.
I love it. I was looking at your pictures on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because it was at the Spanish Steps.
Yes.
And my husband did a fashion show with Valentino on the Spanish
Amazing.
Steps. How many years ago was that?
Before you.
Amazing.
They
It was
closed
pretty
down the
spectacular.
entire area,
Yeah.
and to close down that entire area it's a ginormous, it's a huge task.
Yeah, it was pretty spectacular.
And only,
And then our friend owns the building
yeah,
at the
you know,
Spanish
the
Steps.
the IWC building, which is right at the Spanish Steps.
Wow.
That's her building. And the
mother left it to
the
her.
crazier part is, fast forward years later, her mom was one of the people that was helping me change the dresses at the Spanish Steps on the
wow.
model.
With Valentino.
I had no idea who she was, and now I get to meet her. So I was at the penthouse at her house, and we're going through pictures because we had a mutual friend, and she goes, "You've got to go visit my friend.
Yeah.
You just have to." I'm like, "Oh my God, like we don't have any time. Like I don't want to go visit anybody
Right.
right now." It's like, no, you have to. So when she gets on the phone and she tells me, she goes, "Come over." I go,
Yeah.
"Do you want go to Valentino?" She goes, "Yeah, just get dropped off right there, and I'll send somebody down to come bring you up." I go inside the building, go all the way up. She's showing me pictures of her mom
Yeah.
and the gold ticket, because you had to have a gold
Yeah.
ticket to go into the fashion show, because it's open, but it's closed.
And her building goes all the way up the Spanish Steps.
I
So as
thought-
you're walking up the
and I told her,
going
I
inside
said,
of her building.
Awesome.
I go, wait a minute. This was my fashion show. Look, I got goosebumps.
Aw.
She goes, my mom was the helper. I go,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, that's amazing.
Let me see the picture. And it took me back to
Just
this
blown away.
time. Her mom had passed away, obviously, at 96, I think. And it was just such a beautiful moment. What a full circle to
Yeah.
know. And then she was younger. We're about the same age now. And then she goes, my mom always talked about this American designer that was here with Valentino, drove into Rolls Royce with the models and blah, 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 blah. And she goes, I didn't know.
It was Paul.
And because I was so frazzled, you could
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
see all the sweat coming down. She was like, let me help this American boy over
Right.
here who does not know anything about Italy.
That's a
Because it was right
bad
at Via
Italian
Veneto.
accent.
And I have to tell you that those memories and those moments, and then now meeting the daughter, we're great friends, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just so reminiscent about things that you experience, like the story
Yeah.
that you're saying about him making a reservation for
Yeah.
you. What a simple thing.
Right.
But you'll
what an
remember it for the rest of
amazing-
your
yeah,
life.
he didn't have to.
But
And it just shows he's a
what
class
an
act.
amazing thing. That's
I
like
love that.
beautiful. But you still like Maverick? God, Mission Impossible is my favorite.
Okay, I got one.
And this one is very, very good.
Mission Impossible?
This one, yeah.
I saw all the stunts and it looks
It's very.
How does he do his
insane.
freaking stunts? I can barely walk up the goddamn
He
stairs.
does them all himself, and he's 60 years old. He does them
That's
all.
insane.
Yeah, he does them all.
Wow. Okay, I got one. Ozempic or the gym?
Oh, yeah.
The gym.
Oh, no.
Oh
Come
no!
on.
You just crushed us.
The gym.
Between the housewives, Jeff Lewis, and all the others.
The
Come
gym.
on.
Michelle, we're both on Ozempic.
Okay, but the gym.
I know. I don't
I'm a gym rat.
Yeah.
Do you think
are.
it's okay that people are on it? Like all the celebrities that are
Yeah, I
taking
mean,
it?
I think listen. I
There's
don't.
extras.
Listen, I don't judge people's journey. I do not. I do not. I do not.
Right.
So yes, I think whatever you want to do, I think you need to be very careful and safe, and hopefully it's under a doctor's care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
It
I
is.
don't. I don't.
We got it in
shit
the
on
alley.
anybody's-
Not
I
get in
don't
the
shit on
alley.
anybody's journey.
Go ahead, Paul. You get to do the next one.
How about this or that? Selling Sunset or buying Beverly Hills?
Selling Sunset.
No way!
I haven't watched Buying Beverly Hills.
Oh,
It's really good.
I tried to get into it last season. I didn't get into it like that much, but
What do you like about Selling Sunset? None of them sell anything.
I know
The drama, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
they're
don't
all
care. I
it's,
don't care
it's
that it's
Vanderpump
on-
rules in
yeah,
real
I
estate.
don't
They're all
care.
sleeping with everyone.
Yeah, I don't care. But I will say, and I know a lot of people really like this season. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to get into this season of Selling Sunset. Yeah, I've tried twice, and I don't know if it's just because I'm so busy, I've been falling asleep, but I'm like, I'm going to give it one more go round to really get into it, and then
Do you think it's kind of on its way out?
I don't know if I would say it's on. I think it's just maybe more me because I know a lot of people have liked this
You've
season.
Yeah.
grown out of it a little bit to
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
How do,
that's
how do you feel about them canceling all the Bling Empire?
I love Bling Empire. Utah is a friend of mine.
It's such a great show.
And I loved it. Yeah, I loved it so much.
We know Jeff Junkins. So
Yeah, I didn't.
we're-
And you know what's her name? She just passed away.
Yes, Anna.
Did you ever interview her?
No, I did not. But I was on Bling Empire last season.
You were?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
because
I missed
Utah
it.
is a friend of mine.
Okay.
And so he was having a dinner party, and so he invited me.
How is this bitch getting invited everywhere?
I know.
What is it? I'm not getting invited anywhere. I gotta crawl my way into these parties. Jesus Christ, I'm like
You can have my invitation.
I'm like the
I say
extra
no.
outside waiting. Please,
Perfect.
can you take me in?
Oh my God. Okay, Dr. Phil or Kelly Clarkson?
Oh yeah,
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, I
because
would
you know
s-
Dr. Phil.
I do. I do.
So do we.
Yeah,
He does all the.
Robin.
Robin
Yeah.
brings
a lot of
all.
stuff.
Oh God, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Is it?
I will say Dr. Phil because I've just known him for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
He's Paramount family, so.
How do
Yeah.
you feel about this being his last season?
Well, I mean, it was his choice.
yeah.
You know, Paramount did not want to lose him. He's the top, top guy there, and so he wants to do his own thing.
But do you? I don't know. It's going to be so weird without Dr. Phil on the
I mean,
air.
I think he's still gonna do.
Well, they do the doctors.
produce.
They do
Yeah,
do
he's
the
gonna
other
produce
shows.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he just wanted to do other things. So
Maybe he's gonna do a podcast.
I think he's already doing a podcast.
They do everything. They do everything.
He's been to the house so many
they
times.
do everything.
Robin is so good to her.
She's
Yeah.
so nice.
So good to him. oh
she's
my
so
God.
nice.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a good one.
Okay.
RuPaul Drag Race or Queer Eye for the straight guy?
Oh, Queer Eye.
Really?
Oh.
I'm a sucker for a makeover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do the Dr. Phil makeovers.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a makeover, and I boohoo cry at all of them. And
Aw.
I think they're great. And
It's important,
Do
right?
you feel that this franchise is better? The reboot is better than the original?
I
Queer
wouldn't
Eye?
say better. I love the original.
Yeah.
It's it was groundbreaking.
It was
Absolutely.
And so I love the original so much, but I like these guys very much.
They're because it's
I
more
love Bobby
modern.
and I love Karamo. I
Yeah.
think they're
I was just hanging out with Karamo's
fantastic.
mom a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
and so but yeah, I wouldn't say better.
What was it? At the nail salon?
No, we were at the ultrasound. I was getting an ultrasound, and his mom was
that's
getting an
funny.
ultrasound.
I swear to
And
God.
we're talking to each other.
That's funny.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I
funny.
mean? Where do I get the invites? Nobody ever calls me. Because I'm busy working. I'm in my sweatshop.
Oh my God. Okay, I've got one. Kim Zolciak's divorce or Tori Spelling's divorce?
Well, because I'm a Bravoholic, I will say Kim Zolciak's divorce.
It's sad though,
Because
right?
I thought that they were going to be together forever.
Ever,
This
right?
one was a
happened?
shocker.
What do you think happened?
Money.
You think so?
Yeah.
So,
Living beyond their means
Yeah.
and for the cameras.
Yeah.
she was making good money with the Bravo chicks.
Not
I mean, those
anymore.
chicks were coming in.
Not for a while. That show had been canceled for a
Right.
couple of years.
That's true. 100%.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Tori Spelling's divorce?
I mean, we saw that coming
Right?
a mile away. Everyone was like,
Well, when I heard what I heard,
oh no.
when the first time he was with somebody
boy.
else and what she said,
Oh,
in
boy.
She
the
just put
interview.
everything out there. I can't do that.
Oh, boy.
I can't.
that should have been over a long time ago.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I think it was probably over a long time ago.
So I'm hoping for her sake that she can pick up the pieces and keep.
She's
got
pretty resilient.
She's
got
a
20
really
kids.
nice girl.
Yeah,
A
she's very resilient.
Really nice.
We've known her
girl.
for years. And Candy,
Yeah,
Candy,
she's come and co-hosted with us a few times.
She's sweet.
And she's lovely.
she's so.
I want better for her.
So
I
when
feel
you
bad
think-
for her because I really feel like she felt this was the one that
Well,
she was going to be
tried.
married
I mean,
to
she
forever.
had all these babies and
I know.
tried for 17 years.
So-
I mean,
many
what
kids.
everybody thinks about Beverly Hills 90210 at the same time of all these little bratty kids running around. And for her to live
Yeah.
the life that she's always had and where she's lived and how she's lived,
Right.
she's so normal. She's so down to
Yeah,
earth.
she's very nice.
so
Yeah.
chill,
She's very nice.
right?
I like her.
I mean, Candy. I mean, when you're having a conversation with Candy, it's
Yeah,
like,
I love Candy.
I don't know. I think the trailer will just follow us. you know, it's
I love Trandy. I'm sorry. I love Candy Spelling, but she
not
is
real.
the world's richest hoarder.
That's funny.
Like to have a golf cart, like it was insane
That's not
for
real.
all of her stuff for her like
not
attic.
real.
Yeah.
That was insane.
That's
The world's richest
What's the next
hoarder.
one?
Okay, next one is Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, Meg the Stallion.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I love Cardi, but
They
but
canceled
I'm a
Legendary
I'm a
on
Meg the Stallion girl
because she was
Okay.
on
All day.
Legendary.
all day.
Okay.
Yeah, they did cancel that.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great.
But I
I mean,
am
we
a-
went to set so many times.
I'm a Meg the Stallion girl for sure.
Oh my God, that was the easy one for
Yeah.
you.
Okay, you've got one more, and then I think we're done. With this.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Hmm.
Two more, actually. Do your next.
Oh, well, I already know the answer to this one. I already did it. Beverly Hills franchise or Orange County?
Oh, Beverly Hills.
Of course, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly Hills.
Girl,
all day.
that's right.
Do you think Orange County is going to survive this season?
I think that this season
it's
is
gonna
pretty
survive.
good so far.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. Tamra's back and she's a nut job.
Yeah.
But they need her on that franchise. So
I think so, right?
Yes. So the fact that she came back in and shook it up. I thought the last couple years of Orange County have been
Snooze fest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. pretty
If
much.
you would have anybody back from Orange County that was going to come back, would you have Kelly Dodd back?
no.
Not at all.
Why, nobody likes Kelly Dodd, and
Not
she's
fan.
such a sweet person.
Really?
Girlfriend, yeah, but
You say so.
maybe, but I guess because we
She's
we see a
touched a
different
lot
side
of
of her in
nerves.
person than
Yeah.
on camera.
she's touched a lot of
Yeah.
nerves.
So,
You say so.
I think that's what it is.
But
Okay, I got
Kelly
one.
Dodd as performer, I think she really stirred the pot so many times.
She
and wasn't
did.
afraid of it.
Maybe I have one last one. Project Runway or Making the Cut?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Project Runway.
Really?
With
Yeah.
Christian
Okay.
or with Heidi.
I love the original, but I think Christian Siriano does a really nice job. But
He's so
I
sweet.
loved the original. Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum loved the original.
Do you think that they are giving the same oomph as on Making the Cut as they did as Project Runway, or no?
I mean,
It's a different show.
yeah, it's a different show.
It's a
I mean,
different
but
show
think
now.
about they have really had some great designers come out of Project Runway.
Yeah, they have.
Some
Well, Christian's
really
was one of them.
Christian, Sergio Hudson.
Yeah.
Really great designers.
I
So-
was supposed to be on Project Runway.
Oh, were you?
They said he was
Season
too
one.
famous. Already had a store and boutique in Beverly Hills.
Well, a lot of those
They already
designers
but this
do.
was in
They have-
like season 2.
Oh.
They're like,
Yeah,
oh, he's
the
too
first one.
famous. He already has a boutique at Beverly Hills. What are we gonna do with
They're
him?
like, your rent there is more money than all the producers were saying. I'm like, what does that have anything to do with it? I'm like, challenge me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stuck in my own way. I want to
Yeah.
be able to go in a
Do
different
stuff.
direction.
and then they started bringing famous
Yeah.
designers on
Yeah.
afterwards.
And then he said, "You're too good for them."
Tim Gunn wanted to sleep with me.
That's the real truth.
My God.
It's
He
true.
did.
My God.
Michelle, we go into the audition. We go into the audition for Project Runway, and it wasn't a wait in line. It was a setup meeting from Bruno Murray. So
Yeah.
we went in, and I walk in with him, and I was wearing a bow tie, one of the bow
He
ties
was my
he made.
model.
And so Tim
I
Gunn goes,
took in a life model with me.
Tim Gunn's like staring at me the whole time. Looks at me, and goes, "And who is this? Is this your accessory?"
He goes, "We like the accessory.
That's what he
We
said.
love the red carpet, but is that all you do? Just red carpet?"
That's what he told him.
You do Academy Awards all day. I said, if you could do Academy Awards, bitch, you could do anything else.
Oh, no.
I
And
told
then
him
he
because
turned
you
to
have
him
too
and goes,
many.
You could leave him.
Oh.
Yes, the funniest thing, he's looking throughout Paul's lookbook, and he's like, "All I see is red carpet. Can you do anything else?" I'm like, "Don't
I
you
said it's
attain
everybody's
to be the
aspiration.
red carpet?"
I said, look at the bow tie he's wearing. I made it. I said, look at the dress I made for the little bitch. I mean, seriously, because I love it, but can you leave him? I said, no, he goes with me.
I am not sleeping. I did not sleep
I
with
swear
Tim
to God.
Gunn.
That is hilarious.
Can you believe? Like, this is what I have to deal with.
That is hilarious.
Like, I don't think people understand what I go through in a day. I don't think they do.
And before we leave, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, push the notifications bell, and share. Wake up the dead grandmother. Make her subscribe as well. Nischelle Turner, you've just been undressed by Pol and Patrik.
Well.
How do you feel?
Naked.
It wasn't so bad, was it?
That was great.
It was good.
Thank you for
Great. Thank
coming
you
on
guys for
board.
having me.
It was
Absolutely.
good.
This podcast is brought to you by Vocal Podcast Network. Executive producers are Michaela Simon, Pol Atteu, and Patrick Simpson. Produced by Ariana Giles. Shooting and editing by Jordan Hill. Music by Digital Camel. Artwork by Dominique Demetz. And hosted by Pol Atteu and Patrick Simpson. And Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow Pol at Pol Atteu and Patrik at Patrick Simpson and Snow White at Snow White 90210 and Vocal Podcasts everywhere. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.